Hey everyone, it's Sunflower Spirit, and I'm here to do another pick a card reading. Today we're going to take a look at the energy this week. So I have three piles here. Pile 1 is Suppression, Pile 2 is We Are the World, and Pile 3 is Ice-olation. So pick your pile, and we'll get started here. Alright, this is for those of you who chose the first pile, which is Suppression. There's a lot going on in this card. I feel like this week, we're taking a look at the energies this week. I feel like you're kind of having some sort of, there's growth, but also some sort of like weight that you are carrying this week that is kind of causing like an internal, I want to say like implosion, but it's not. I don't think it's going to be like super destructive. I think it might destroy, maybe it might be like an ego death or something like that. But there's something going on where like your thoughts are weighing you down. This is causing room for growth. This has to deal with your root chakra, root and sacral chakra. So could have some trauma, could have possibly some sexual trauma, but it doesn't have to be. That's just kind of what I'm getting here with this card. We'll pull some tarot. First I want to take maybe a couple tea leaves and see if there's like anything else first of all that comes out or stands out. So these are so hard to shuffle. I have to do them like separate little things. Okay. So what else for pile 1, please? Okay, so we have dagger, fear, worries, tense situation. Yeah, there's something in your mind, in your thoughts, that's really like weighing you down this week. We also have vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. Yeah, somebody is really worried this week. What are you worried about this week? Whatever you're worried about is really causing you a lot of pain and suffering. Dark man, dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. So there could be something related to a man or something like that. Let's see. I want to pull some tarot though and see if there's anything else that comes out for this pile. So for pile 1, yeah, you're really in your head, really like having some painful dark thoughts this week. I feel like you feel like maybe somebody has stabbed you in the back, or you're worried about somebody stabbing you in the back. I feel like that, this is causing you a lot of depression, anxiety, maybe like staying up at night. This is really burdensome for you. It can also maybe like burn out with something. Maybe there's something that like a darker man has like said to you, or something happening. Maybe you're in a relationship or a connection with a darker man. Let's see what we have here. 4 of Swords. So yeah, needing to kind of like do some healing, needing to really take care of yourself this week, really like I feel like you're trying to kind of like go within and figure this out a little bit this week. Let's see what else we have here. 5 of Cups. Yeah, disappointment, grief, loss. Something isn't going your way. Maybe there's something here that you're like trying to heal from. You're grieving possibly. Maybe it was like the end of a connection, end of a relationship, or somebody said something, made you think. We have the Devil. So being bound. Yeah, really struggling. I have Saturn energy here and Saturn here. So Saturn energy is always like a struggle. This card really wanted to come out, so I'll just take it. 7 of Pentacles. Something that you're working on, you've invested a lot in, but something that may not be that good for you, like something you're holding on to that you're like bound to, or you're addicted to, obsessed with. And you need to kind of, I think you need to kind of like let this go, release it this week. We have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, so needing to find clarity. That's kind of why we have the 4 of Swords up there. Then we have the 4 of Pentacles. So you're kind of holding back, needing to, I feel like you might be focusing on like your stability, your finances, your job, your work, instead of whatever this is, to kind of like get your mind off of it. What else do we have? Okay, so we have the Three of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. And then on the back of the deck, we have the Six of Cups. Oops, sorry about that glare. Six of Cups. Okay. Yeah, so really struggling with something. There's something you need to release. Your happiness depends on it, they say. Your happiness depends on this. I'm also seeing try to find clarity. I do feel like clarity is coming. I feel like you're kind of looking for some peace. Um, the way that you're going to look for some peace is I think you need to take a different perspective with this. Um, and instead of kind of like using this dagger to like, hurt yourself or whatever, because it looks like that's kind of what you're doing with this suppression. There's something that like maybe you're denying to yourself or needing to like come clean about, needing something to be revealed. I also see like you're working on, you feel like you've invested a lot, but I feel like you're feeling kind of like overwhelmed because you have invested a lot. And you you've been really like working hard to kind of like plant these seeds or whatever, but I feel like you haven't really gotten the results that you want. Um, and so that's kind of why you're in this like Five of Cups energy, kind of why you're struggling a little bit, like struggling with those emotions. There's something where you need to like use your intuition, rely on your previous experience, and kind of like, yeah, use your intuition, but also like use wisdom. Wisdom is like intuition plus experience. So, what kind of wisdom do you have about this? I feel like maybe you've been down this road before or similar. Yeah, you're looking for the Six of Cups. I feel like the Six of Cups energy is here. This happiness, harmony is here. But it's just really like this perceptual thing where this is like such a burden. You've been carrying this for so long. And it's almost like uncomfortable. Even though it's so uncomfortable to be in this place, it seems like right now it's more uncomfortable to put it down just because this is kind of like what you've known for the last however long you've done this. Um, so this week I see like clarity is coming. I do see like happiness and harmony coming. You do need to like release yourself from something. There's something emotional that you need to release yourself from. There's also something like behaviorally or something that you've like invested in like with your money or time, energy, resources, stuff like that, that you kind of need to like get clear on what it is that you want. I see that like you're kind of maybe wanting love, but I feel like it's kind of like lost in the shuffle. It's lost in the mix this week. And so that's kind of what's creating, well, really your thoughts are kind of creating this like burden, this there's a lot of room for growth. I feel like this is gonna, do you see how this is like kind of like cracking? I feel like this is gonna eventually just like crack open kind of like the tower, and then you're gonna have this sort of like aha moment here. But you can't do that without like giving yourself that space, that time. So being, giving yourself this space this week, and also like not really, I think you need to take a different perception. There's something that you're like holding on to about how you perceive the world, how you perceive your fulfillment that isn't fulfilling you right now. It's actually doing the opposite. So I'm sorry that was kind of heavier this week. Hopefully that resonated. Hopefully it was helpful. But if not, you can feel free to check out another pile. I appreciate you guys stopping by today. Hi, this is for those of you who chose the second pile or We Are the World. We're looking at the energy this week. I feel like for you guys, there's a big completion of a cycle. It's actually really happy. There's a lot of harmony around this. There's a lot of hope associated with this. Um, And also, I'm also getting with all these colors, and I know it's like Pride Month or whatever, so that could be important to you, or you're healing something surrounding Pride Month, or your identity or whatever it is. I don't know why I'm getting that. That's very specific, probably only for like one person, but there's yeah, there's a lot of healing, and this is like a completion of a cycle. This is really like a lot of harmony, a lot of, you know, really, what's, sorry, what's the word I'm thinking of? Successful. Yeah, successfulness with others. So let's go ahead and take some tea leaf oracle, and we'll get a few more messages here for those of you who chose this pile. So we have clouds, temporary problems. So clouds are always for me like kind of about thoughts, because they're kind of like in the air, or we can see them in the air. It's maybe like heavier thoughts or more saturated thoughts, things that you're kind of like contemplating on. So let's see, what else do we have? We have basket, recognition, reward for merit. Yeah, successful completion of a cycle. I feel like you're really like deep in your thoughts about this though. And just be cautious that your thoughts could create problems that aren't there, or you could like kind of trick yourself with your thoughts this week. We have valley, deep personal strength and peace that assure success. Yeah, what did I just say? There's something about success this week. And I feel like, we have these three cards. I feel like the thing holding you back this week might be your thoughts. That might be like the thing that holds you back this week. But let's go ahead and pull some tarot and see if there's anything else that stands out for the energy this week. So yeah, I have three cards here saying success, like a completion of a cycle, something you might be getting recognition or a reward for. You might be getting like praised at work, or recognition at work or school or something like that. You could be, or this could just be something that you've been working on for a really long time, like you've kind of been through those tougher times with the valley, like you've been through the lows of the lows, and now you're kind of like processing this with the clouds. But let's see what other messages do we have for pile 2 for this week, for the energy this week. We have Knight of Cups. So yeah, something, it could have to deal with like your emotions, or feeling kind of like hopeful about this, feeling hopeful, or getting messages of hope, of love, something that you're like emotionally excited about. There could be somebody like a Knight of Cups, water sign, coming in or sending you a message this week about something. We have Six of Wands, again with the success. Wow, if you chose this pile, something really successful for you this week. Really like a lot, again with the wreath, completion of a cycle here, and you're getting that praise and acclaim. You're getting recognized for something. You're completing some sort of cycle. You've worked really hard to get to this point, and now you're seeing the results of it. What else do we have for pile 2? Eight of Wands. Yeah, things are moving fast. I'm also getting, with the Knight of Cups and the Eight of Wands, I'm also getting some sort of like crush energy. So possibly this could be, something happening with like a romantic interest, or, something good is happening. Somebody's getting a message from somebody they want to hear from. But if not, it's just like things are moving really fast. A lot of messages, a lot of communication, possible travel involved with it this week. Let's see what else we have here. We have Nine of Wands. So yeah, really near I feel like you're going to complete a cycle, but this is telling me that like you're still overcoming. You're not quite to the end. There's still like a little piece that needs to be overcome this week. And they're saying not to be like hesitant about it, to be brave. What else do we have here for pile 2? We have the Knight of Swords. So yeah, messages, lots of messages this week. Something about messages, messages of success, of completion, um, of recognition, of reward. Seven of Cups. A lot going on. Maybe feeling a little bit emotionally overwhelmed. Trying to kind of like figure out where your options are, what your next step is, because sometimes completions of cycles can be hard because we're so used to like just getting up and doing the thing, doing the thing, doing the thing. So when it's done, um, it kind of is like a letdown. We have the Empress. So yeah, really attracting everything to you now. Yeah, you're attracting all these wonderful things to you. People are like moving towards you. People, things, messages moving towards you. Nine of Cups, yeah, getting what you want this week. There's something that you're getting that you want. We have the Two of Swords on the back though. So I feel like maybe there's a decision or there might be some fear holding you back. So yeah, a lot of messages. I feel like you could have, there might be options. There's definitely options this week. There's definitely choices, decisions. I think it is like, um, sometimes like I was saying, when we complete something and then we've been working so hard on that for like years or for a really long time, then it feels kind of weird once we complete it. It's like, what do we do now? So I feel like that's kind of where you might be, like very successful, like something completing. You could be graduating, you could be getting praise at work, getting recognized at work. Um, a lot of messages coming in, a lot of success, like feeling pretty like on top of the world, but also kind of just like this like, okay, what's next energy. So I think that's kind of why there might be like a little bit of fear here, because trying to decide, you have a new beginning, you have an opportunity for a new beginning, but I feel like there's a lot of possibilities and you're trying to really figure out like how to move here, and what the best thing is for you, how to like love yourself in that process, like to be true to yourself, to honor yourself with that. But I also feel like there's like one little thing that you're just still trying to overcome this week, that you're, I mean, I don't see with this card here, it doesn't look like she's not going to back down, she's not letting anything get in her way. So I don't see that really being an obstacle. What I see more of an obstacle is these. You're in your head, you're in your head this week. And so that was kind of similar to pile one. This is like a totally different scenario, but pile one also had something about being in their head. So there is a lot of like fulfillment coming to you, but I feel like you're just kind of like overwhelmed. Like it's so much. There's so many messages, there's so many things happening. Um there's like a lot of like emotional stuff coming in, and there's a lot of like communication and thoughts and intellectual stuff coming in, and there's also a lot of just energy coming in this week. So I think that's kind of like where your obstacle this week is going to be temporary problems, which I told you I think is in your head. It's going to be like, what do I do now? You're getting to the end of something. You've done this for so long. You've put so much effort into it for so long. You're kind of like, okay, what do I do now? Like, that's kind of when I got like my bachelor's degree, that's kind of like what I felt like. I had worked so hard on that for so long, and then once I graduated, it was just this letdown because all of a sudden there was like nothing really to work on, and I was like, what do I do? you know? So I feel like that's kind of like the same energy that we have going on here. So I hope this was helpful. I hope it resonated, but if not, you can always feel free to check out another pile or another video. I appreciate you guys so much for stopping by today. everyone. This is for those of you who chose pile 3 or isolation. We're taking a look at the energy this week. I feel like there's a little bit of pain and heartbreak. I feel like maybe you're feeling isolated this week, or you're feeling like kind of like outcast or something along those lines, like being not being like invited to something or something. This is causing you pain. And I don't know, this ice on here is just interesting to me, like being left out in the cold almost, like being, I don't know. Let's pull some tea leaf oracle and we'll see if there's anything else that comes out for pile 3. Yeah, there's like something about being cold and like alone this week. I hope that's not literal, but I think it's probably like a metaphor for something, but we'll see what else comes out. So what other messages do we have for isolation? We have desk, pay attention to your work. So they're saying maybe like focus on your material world. Forest, muddled, unclear thinking. This is like not saying the forest for the trees type of thing. So like kind of like maybe a bigger perspective, like a more holistic perspective, or a more like bird's eye view type perspective. What else do we have for pile 3, please? We have target, a goal-oriented person. So focusing on work, maybe there's something about work where you're not clear on something, but you feel like maybe you're doing it alone, or other people, maybe you had like a stance at work that other people did not adopt, and you kind of felt like you had to be in your own corner. Um, chain of events that will affect your life. So something's kind of like happening right now. Needing to keep your eye on the prize, needing to keep like, you know, really know what your goals are right now, not allow like whatever's happening around you, whatever this isolation thing is, to kind of really um, make your, or determine your you know, your, the end result, the goal, success. That's the word I was looking for. So really be focused on what your success is, what you want from this. Needing to pay attention to the details this week. I feel like paying attention, having that stability, that focus, that drive. I'm getting conscientiousness here. Also needing to kind of like write things down. I'm seeing writing things down as they come to you. Let's see what the tarot says for this week. Yeah, there's something happening where you're like, they're saying you're on the right journey here. And I think this is interesting how there's a chain and it's the world here. That's really, or it's like a map. It looks like the world to me. I don't know if that's what that's supposed to be. But it's almost like, where are you holding yourself back, I feel like. Chain of events that will affect your life. So something's happening right here. They're saying this is part of the journey. This is like something that's supposed to happen. And so needing to really like get clear on your thinking. Not be muddled with your thinking, because you need to pay attention to your goals and pay attention to the details right now. So I feel like this isolation, whatever this is, feeling kind of like iced out in the cold, feeling hurt, pain, shame, anger, might be something that might be getting in the way of your success. And they're saying this is all panning out as it's supposed to, so just hold on. That's kind of the message that I'm getting. But let's see what the tarot says. What is the message for pile 3? We have 2 of Swords and Queen of Swords. Okay, again with the snow and the ice. So something about like cold, feeling out in the cold, feeling like you're alone. There's something about like, this is so interesting to me. Being loyal to something through the cold, like keeping your eye on the prize, like I said earlier. Using your inner wisdom. Using wisdom is, I talked about this in pile 1, wisdom equals life experience plus intuition. That's wisdom. 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, there's something you're working on here. again with the work. So all these piles are kind of similar. I think that's interesting how that always works out, but they're different too. Knight of Swords. Okay. So a lot of communication, a lot of thoughts. Don't let your thoughts get in, don't get into this analysis paralysis. I feel like you've overcome a lot, but they're saying it's not done yet. Like it's not over yet. And so there's still things that maybe are like harsher energies that you need to. I feel like whoever picked this pile is dealing with a harsher energy this week where like, you have to be really careful about like not, getting like they want you to focus on the details, but they're like, don't get sucked into the details. Make sure that you're also paying attention to like the bigger holistic picture. Death just came out, so this is like a transformation, change, completion of a cycle, needing to release something. Yeah, chain, almost like with the chain of the death, that's almost like the devil card to me. What are you holding your back? Are you holding yourself back from something? Sorry. I don't know why I can't talk today. Nine of Swords, anxious. They're saying be loyal. Whatever you're loyal to, continue that loyalty. Let that loyalty pull you through. You're doing a really good job. They're saying you've been really doing a really good job with whatever this is. Working on something. Something you're working on is like you're in the cold or something. I don't know why that keeps coming out. There's something about ice or cold. And I think it's like in a metaphorical sense. So feeling alone with this journey gives you anxiety. Something you're loyal to. Something you're being stubborn about. Don't be stubborn this week, they're saying. Or what is it that you're being stubborn about? You might be holding yourself back. Three of Swords. Oh my goodness. Because this was like the Three of Swords in this deck too. So there's something about pain, harsh truth. There's some harsh reality about shame, anger, pain, loss, grief this week. You've been working on something. Maybe you're not getting the results that you want. Maybe it's because you have this unclear thinking. They're saying you need to get sharp in your thinking. Nine of Swords, Three of Swords is going to be unclear thinking. Queen of Swords, Knight of Swords, Two of Swords is unclear thinking. Queen of Swords, Knight of Swords is clearing that thinking up. Becoming clear on what you want, moving quickly towards what you want within your thoughts, your communication, your writing. I do see somebody writing something this week, writing down thoughts. We have the Lovers. Interesting. Somebody's using work as a distraction. Somebody's using work as a distraction, needs to make a decision of the heart. There's still hope for this. I feel like somebody's feeling like maybe there's not hope for this. Four of Pentacles, being stable. Yeah, somebody's using work to distract themselves. But you really need to, that's kind of like muddling your thinking. Like, you do need to pay attention to your work, but not in the sense of like replacing other thoughts with work. There's a decision here. A decision to follow your heart. There's something that needs to change, like a huge transformation, something that you're learning about. You need to let go of fear. I feel like fear is holding you back right now. This is part of your journey. I don't know. This isn't making sense to me, so I hope this makes sense to someone else. But I do see like stability here. I see like physical world stability, but it's really like your thoughts this week about the situation. There's been some sort of heartbreak, loss, something that caused a lot of shame, maybe a lot of anger, something that really like felt stabbing through the heart, creating like a sense of feeling alone and isolated this week. Not to say that you are. I feel like there are other people around you, but it's kind of like you need to really pay attention to who's for you and who's not for you this week. They're saying pay attention to your work for one thing. Also, don't let what other people say like get into your like you know your truth. You know your truth, so they're saying stick to that truth. Don't let other people sway you, because I feel like there's something about your thinking where like you are on the right track and you are stable, but you're just missing the bigger picture. There's something that needs to be looked at holistically instead of just like one thing at a time. And you do need to be detail oriented, but I feel like the details are also going to kind of like confuse you a little bit. Um, wow, this is like I'm feeling like a lot of anxiety with this one. There is a decision. You know you need to make a decision. I feel like maybe you're afraid that you're going to make the wrong decision, but they're saying you're not going to because this is just part of your life. Like kind of like need to unbind yourself. What is it that you need to release yourself from right now? There's something you need to let go of. There's something you need to let die, like so that you can move forward. And I feel like you're kind of like holding yourself back because you're looking at the details, not looking at the bigger picture. You are like being goal oriented and you do need to look at the details this week, but there's something here that's just not like you're not releasing something. You feel like you put a lot into this. You have kind of like created a life for yourself, but there's something about maybe something with a connection with another person. There's still hope here. They want you to know that there's still hope. Um, yeah. There's some sort of like seed that's been planted for this hope. Yeah, so that's what I have for you guys. I hope this was helpful. I hope it resonated. If not, you can feel free to check out another pile. I appreciate you guys so much for stopping by today.